West Country. Ogre lived in a remote and steep mountain. 3 meters tall, ferocious and ruthless, Ogre grew up in a secluded area long ago. No one knows why the ogre was born in the house. The mother lovingly raised this child. And the son grew up squeaky. The mother was at a loss. When the horns blew, it was creepy, and eventually all the villagers started to bully me. It was a never-ending hell. This weak child has finally reached the limit of patience. He seriously injured a boy in the village. Before I knew it, he had the strong power of ogre. Suddenly scared, he left the village. Since then, he has been scared to return to the village. He lives alone in this mountain, far from his hometown. Living in a secluded area, the only pleasure of the ogre was to make and drink local sake. I feel good when I get drunk. But there are days when I remember the old days and cry. At that time, the screams at the top of the mountain made the villagers tremble against their will. And the son grew up squeaky. And the son grew up squeaky, only one on the top of the white cup head. There was a big heart pattern. The pattern on your head has changed. Isn't it a heart pattern? Haha. Because of this pattern, I've always been laughing in the pond. But even you have red hair and horns on your head. The ogre remembered his old circumstances. Are you not scared of me? You are an interesting guy. Alright, then will you come to my house? The ogre rushed home looking forward to having a conversation with his first guest. Upon arriving home, the ogre began pouring local sake into the vat. Suddenly, the carp became anxious. How is it? What is the taste of the local sake I made? It will be nice to swim inside. The carp was wrapped in a mysterious comfort while being shaken by the slightly sweet and sour liquid. Very delicious. The carp muttered and fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, was the carp so impressed with last night's sake? The carp offered a request to the ogre. I don't want to go back to the pond again. Master, please be a disciple of sake brewing here. It's okay. Is it a master? It sounds like good words. The ogre, who had a conversation partner and a disciple at the same time, was very pleased. In this way, the strange communal life of the ogre and the carp began. A few years have passed since then. The ogre's body grows every year to nearly 3 meters. I feel good when I get drunk. But there are days when I remember the old days and cry. One night, ogre said with regret, "What is your mother doing? I want to see that kind mother again. Master, if you go down to the village with that big body, it will be a big fuss. How about? There is a fairy who loves sake in the northern country. It is rumored that if you give a satisfying sake, only one wish will come true. Let him make your body human-sized." The ogre carries a sake barrel on his back, puts his partner carp in a gourd. I headed north while avoiding his eyes. 3 days later, ogre finally arrived at the fairy's home. Are you a master of sake brewing in the West? Let's take a bite. This is delicious. It's a perfect score of 100 points. I'll listen to your wishes. Anything is fine, so say it. Fairy, I want you to make me human. It's easy. But why do you want to be human? I want to go see my mother who lived away when I was little. So that's it. However, you can only be in human form for about a week. Is that okay? But even you have red hair and horns on your head. What? It looks like someone was hiding in the gourd. Well, don't worry. Confirmation. It's only 1 week. The ogre and the carp thank the fairy from the bottom of my heart. The deadline is 1 week. They hurried to the hometown of the ogre. The two continued to run to their mother's hometown. They kept running day and night. They kept running even when they were tired. And 6 days later, they finally arrived at the ogre's hometown. However, there was no mother in the ogre's birthplace. The ogre asked a passing villager, "Where did the people who lived in this house go?" Sure, she had a son, who left the villagers injured and ran away. She continued to apologize for that, but the villagers did not forgive until the end. To the last. "I died a long time ago. I'm sorry for that, son." It's a lie. It's a lie. The ogre's body started to grow. The deadline for the ogre's transformation has come. When it grows huge, the ogre becomes ferocious. Isn't my mother bad? Isn't it all bad for you humans? I won't forgive you anymore. I'll discipline you guys. Ogre sought out those who once bullied him. Said the demon, "I'll discipline you." Master, please stop. Reject. Never forgive. If you use violence, you won't be able to forgive yourself again. It was when the ogre tried to swing his fist out. Something happened to the carp's body. The carp has also returned to its original form. A carp cannot breathe without water. The carp bounced on the spot painfully. Ogre immediately put the carp on the path. Do not die. Don't die. I definitely don't want to be alone anymore. The ogre said so and cried. He left the village with the carp. I don't know where the two of them will go after that. However, I hear that there is a man in the western country who drinks happily with the carp and the octopus. If they were in the tavern tonight, please feel free to talk to them. The lonely ones will surely welcome you with a big smile.